Welcome to Dub Nation, your home for all things Golden State Warriors. Highlights, hot takes, and pure Dubs energy. Join the squad. This is where champions live.
Their general manager went out and got Jimmy Butler at the trade deadline because this was basically a sinking ship. There was no guarantees that they would even have gotten into the play-in if the roster stayed intact, but they go out and get Butler. They go on a terrific run. They get into, certainly the play-in. We know what happened. Beating Houston on the road in Game 7 is a remarkable feat for this group. And I know we don't give out participation trophies as far as what happens during the season. I think where Golden State was and where they are, where they ended, they should be credited for that. Ran into a better team, and when you ran into a better team and you don't have one of the best players in the NBA, this is kind of where your fate is. So what happens next when we go into the offseason here? I think there's a couple things to think about. And I've been getting some questions about the apron and what happens. The apron rules where Golden State are, they were a first apron team. I don't expect seismic changes in Golden State. I don't see them going out and all of a sudden trying to go get Kevin Durant or Giannis or a player like that because of two reasons. The first is when you made the Butler trade, you basically eliminated most of your outgoing salary that you can include in a trade. There's no $26 million player anymore, unless you want to include Draymond Green to the mix here.
Boom. The 2025 NBA draft has come and gone, and the Golden State Warriors have just ignited a firestorm that's rocking the basketball world. While the so-called experts and armchair GMs wail about a wasted draft with picks 52 and 59, I'm here to set the record straight. They're dead wrong. General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr. didn't just navigate the draft, he dominated it, turning table scraps into potential treasure with Alex Tui and Will Richard. This wasn't a draft. It was a calculated, audacious heist. Starting with a measly, 41 pick, Dunleavy pulled off a masterclass, trading back with the Phoenix Suns to secure 2 prospects instead of 1. Genius or insanity? Let's unpack it. In a league where second-round picks are often tossed aside like forgotten dreams, Dunleavy's track record speaks volumes. Think Trace Jackson-Davis at 57, Quinton Post at 52, players who've already made waves. The haters scream the Warriors are doomed, their dynasty crumbling. I say they're blind. This draft is a defiant roar, a signal that Golden State is building something special. Warriors fans, it's time to wake up. This is where the future begins to burn bright. But what makes Dunleavy's gamble so brilliant? And why are Tui and Richard the keys to this puzzle? Let's dive into the genius of these picks, and why they're tailor-made for the Warriors system. Let's talk about Alex Tui, the 6'8" Australian wing who's poised to become the NBA's next unsung hero. Snagged at 52, Tui isn't your typical highlight reel superstar, and that's precisely why he's a steal. In Australia's NBL last season, he posted 5 points, 9 rebounds, 5 steals, and 2 assists in just 22 new minutes per game, shooting 8% from the field. Those numbers are solid, but they barely scratch the surface of his value. Tui is a Warriors player through and through, the kind of glue guy who holds a championship roster together. He's not here to be LeBron James. He's here to be the heartbeat of Steve Kerr's system. Imagine a versatile forward who can guard lightning-fast guards, rangy wings, and burly bigs, switching seamlessly in Golden State's defensive schemes. Offensively, he's a play finisher, slicing through defenses with precise cuts, delivering connective passes, and spotting up for threes. His 30% three-point shooting in the NBL, a work in progress, no doubt. But if he pushes that to 35 to 36% in the NBA, he's a rotation lock. The critics sneer, calling him not athletic enough, but they're missing his basketball IQ. Tui's Euro steps through traffic, and his ability to muscle through contact in transition make him a menace. He thrives in the chaos of the Warriors' motion offense, feeding off Steph Curry's gravity and Jimmy Butler's tenacity. The doubters want superstars. I want winners. Tui's the latter, and Dunleavy knows it. Tui's a diamond in the rough, but he's only half of Dunleavy's master plan. Let's shift focus to Will Richard, the championship-tested guard who's ready to set Chase Center ablaze. Now, let's meet Will Richard, the 6'3" Florida Gators guard who Dunleavy traded up to grab at no whooshaluk. This wasn't just a pick, it was a bold, in-your-face statement to the NBA. Richard, a cornerstone of Florida's 2025 NCAA championship run, brings a 6'10" wingspan, 13 points per game, 6 rebounds, and a 48.7% field goal percentage to the Warriors. Oh, and he drained 83 pointers last season at a 35.5% clip. This guy's a sniper with the heart of a defender. He's not the flashiest playmaker, but he's the warrior you want in the trenches, making timely cuts, locking down opponents, and delivering clutch passes. His Florida coach called him an incredible light bulb, declaring, "If we had 13 Will Richards, we'd make the Final Four every year." That's the kind of praise that screams Steve Kerr's ideal player. Richard isn't here to outshine Curry or Butler. He's here to amplify them. Picture him sinking corner threes off Curry's dazzling passes or stonewalling guards with his length and tenacity. The skeptics call him undersized for a guard, but I call him underrated. In a draft where second-rounders often vanish into obscurity, Richard's championship pedigree and two-way grit make him a potential game-changer. The Warriors didn't just draft a player, they drafted a culture. And if you're sleeping on Richard, you're about to get a rude awakening. Tui and Richard are the future, but the Warriors' present is trapped in the NBA's ruthless apron rules. Let's unravel how these financial shackles shape their offseason and why Dunleavy's draft was a stroke of genius in this context. The Warriors aren't just battling opponents on the court. They're fighting a war against the NBA's brutal apron rules, a financial noose tightening around their roster, with the second apron set at $207, $8 million for the 2025-26 season. Golden State is precariously positioned as a first apron team, sitting roughly $25 million below the threshold, assuming Jonathan Kuminga's contract remains unresolved. The Jimmy Butler trade, which sent Andrew Wiggins' $26 million salary and a first-round pick to Miami, obliterated their trade flexibility. Forget blockbuster deals for Kevin Durant or Giannis Antetokounmpo's. Fantasies are buried. Why? The apron rules are a merciless overlord, restricting trades, signings, and roster moves for high-spending teams. Dunleavy himself admitted it's almost impossible to add high-salary stars under these constraints. The critics howl, the Warriors are stuck, their dynasty in ruins. But I say they're strategic. By trading 41 for 52 and 59, Dunleavy doubled down on cost-controlled talent, Tui and Richard, while preserving precious cap space for free agency. This isn't a team crumbling under pressure. It's a team playing 4D chess while others fumble with checkers. The apron rules are a prison, but Dunleavy's draft picks are the skeleton key to freedom. The apron rules may chain the Warriors' big moves, but Dunleavy's draft strategy lays the foundation for a brighter tomorrow. Let's close this out with why this draft could redefine the Warriors' legacy. The Golden State Warriors stand at a crossroads, their championship window narrowing but far from closed. With Steph Curry at 37, Draymond Green at 35, and Jimmy Butler at 36. Time is the enemy, but hope is alive. The 2025 draft wasn't about quick fixes. It was about planting seeds for a dynasty reborn. Alex Tui and Will Richard aren't expected to save the day tomorrow, but in 2 to 3 years, they could be rotation cornerstones. The next Gui Santos or Trace Jackson Davis. Dunleavy's history of second-round wizardry: Santos at 55, Jackson Davis at 57, Quinton Post at 52, proves he's a maestro at maximizing talent. The Warriors' system, fueled by Curry's gravity, Butler's intensity, and Kerr's brilliance, turns role players into stars. Tui's versatility and Richard's grit are tailor-made for this machine. The naysayers will keep shouting that the Warriors are finished after falling to a superior team last season. I say they're delusional. This draft was a masterstroke, a defiant middle finger to the doubters who've written Golden State off. The Warriors aren't just surviving the apron rules, they're thriving, building a future that could outshine their past. So, Warriors fans, are you ready to believe again? The dynasty isn't dead, it's evolving, and it's coming for the league. This is Dub Nation, where Warriors never back down. Hit that like, drop a comment, and stay locked in for the next big play. Till next time, Dubs out.